civil war.
Congressman, as you may have just heard, the White House is considering federalizing the Texas National Guard, which could mean a direct clash at the border between federalized troops and the state authorities. Are we going to see a confrontation?
Well, Stuart, that'd be a huge mistake for the Biden administration if they do that.
And now we're learning that Texas has already started arresting single adult men and women crossing the border illegally into Shelby Park.
Tensions between Texas and the Biden administration have reached a boiling point as the Lone Star State continues to defy an emergency injunction from the Supreme Court and block federal border agents into the state to cut razor wire it's been installing over the past few weeks. 25 other states have signed a letter pledging to support Texas as it installs razor wire on the southern border, with some sending members of their own state and National Guard to assist with the installation process. They wrote, "We stand in solidarity with our fellow governor, Greg Abbott, and the state of Texas in utilizing every tool and strategy, including razor wire fences, to secure the border. We do it in part because the Biden administration is refusing to enforce immigration laws already on the books and is illegally allowing mass parole across America of migrants who entered our country illegally."
Yes, a lot of people seem not to be seeing what is going on. Biden announces border is broken after he broke it, says he can fix it when he hasn't, asks for authority, which he already has, want you to believe he would take actions when we all know he won't. When you take a look at this article recently published by the Gateway Reporter, Joe Biden's very first act as president was to end the construction of the Trump border wall. I don't know if he thought this was a good political move that would bolster him. What exactly? Because I don't get the point why he chose to do that.
Why are you guys making it easier for people to enter the country illegally?
I don't believe we are. Why do you think we are?
Well, you guys sued to cut razor wire that was put in place by Texas officials.
So that the Border Patrol could actually do their jobs, but keep going.
Well, you won in court, so now what? The Border Patrol Union president is saying the Supreme Court's decision is going to undoubtedly encourage more illegal immigration. Do you guys know better than the Border Patrol Union?
The Border Patrol needed access, and that's why we sued to get rid of that razor wire, so that they could do their jobs. And you know what would also help them do their jobs, Peter? More Border Patrol agents. There's an idea. And if you go back to the supplemental request that we put in, there's money in there for some 1,300 additional Border Patrol agents. We want to help them do their jobs. We want to give them more resources. And the answer we keep getting back from House Republicans is no, no, no.
Does razor wire work?
Does razor wire work for what? Does it work for the Border Patrol to allow them to have the access they need to be able to better process people that are trying to get across the border? I don't think so, and that's why we asked for it to be removed.
But what is the president's plan? This is happening just weeks after 300,000 people came into this country over the southern border illegally. The razor wire officials down there think was keeping some of them out, and you guys just sued and won to remove it.
On behalf of the Border Patrol, who needed to have better access to it. Look, let me go back to your other question, and I know I'm running short on time, so I won't filibuster here. But what's the plan? Please look at the stuff we've put forward. The immigration reform legislation that the president put forward on day one. The work we're doing in the region. Just last week, we had Mexican officials here to talk about how together we have and will continue to try to stem the flow of migrants. You mentioned the numbers. No question there's a lot of people trying to make that journey, but it's not just to the United States, it's to other countries in the world, in the region. We're seeing historic movement. Not since World War II have we seen this many people on the move in this hemisphere. And the Mexicans are really stepping up and trying to do more on their southern border to keep that flow going north lower. And we have seen in recent weeks some success at that. The idea that we don't have a plan or a strategy or we're not taking this seriously is just not borne out by the facts. And, again, if the folks on the House Republican side are serious about border security, and they claim they are, then they should act on the supplemental request and, let's negotiate this in good faith. The president has said he's willing to make compromises. He's willing to negotiate in good faith. So let's have that discussion.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott refusing to give up control of the Texas border to federal officials, saying the state will not give federal agents full access to Shelby Park today. That ignores a deadline set by the Biden.
These are American soldiers. I am federalizing the National Guard and ordering them to let the Border Patrol do their job. I am their commander-in-chief. Okay, this is a question that suffers to Karen, pertaining to what is going on. It is insane to see her continue to talk like this. Democrat actually wanted to do this, like to pass this bill at this time, so it should be a boost to Biden campaign. They thought people won't realize. Now Democrats are freaking out on social media that Trump is the cause why this bill cannot be passed, because he instructed that they should not vote for this bill, to give Biden a boost during this campaign. It is a strategy, ask yourself why they allow this only now they want to do this. The Biden administration knows what exactly they are doing. You can see them coming in now they want to do, or they want to put up the border, because they've realized that is what voters want. They are more concerned about that border issue than anything. I watched an interview on CNN where they asked voters what is their greatest issue. The border crisis is the highest.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott refusing to give up control of the Texas border to federal officials, saying the state will not give federal agents full access to Shelby Park today. That ignores a deadline set by the Biden administration, which is today. Instead, Abbott is installing more razor wire following a Supreme Court order allowing federal agents to start removing it. Texas now receiving support from 25 Republican governors, all backing Governor Abbott's border actions, blaming the Biden administration for the crisis. Former President Trump wants to take it one step further. He's now encouraging these states to deploy their National Guard troops to Texas.
Yes, this article was published 2 hours ago. Eagle Pass, Texas has turned into the epicenter of a growing feud between Texas and federal authorities over how to tackle the migrant crisis and who has jurisdictions over the part of the U.S.-Mexico border. The dispute intensified on January 10 when Texas authorities effectively blocked U.S. Border Patrol agents from a 2.5-mile area in Eagle Pass, which had seen a surge of migrant crossing. This area includes Shelby Park, a city park on the Rio Grande that is now fenced off with gates and razor wire, impeding the Border Patrol access. On January 12, after the Texas Military Department seized and secured Shelby Park, 2 children and a mother drowned in a nearby part of the Rio. Now Texas and USA officials are accusing each other of contributing to the circumstances surrounding the tragedy. Here is a timeline of the ongoing fracas at the Eagle Pass. Wednesday, January 10, Texas National Guard blocked the Border Patrol from placing mobile surveillance equipment inside Shelby Park, according to Robert Ledfield, coordinator for U.S. Customs and Border Protections for the Rio. Additionally, Texas started denying the Border Patrol from accessing several miles of the border. A law enforcement source familiar with Operation told CNN around that time, state authorities started erecting razor wire fencing and gate to shut off access to Shelby Park and adjoining golf course, an area under the port of entry, which federal agents had been using as a waiting area for migrants. Around 8 p.m., Mexico National Institute of Migration learned about the drowning death of 2 children and a woman, which occurred in the area of Shelby Park boat. Around 9 p.m., a Border Patrol supervisor from the Eagle Pass station was informed of the 3 drowned. Denley said in a declaration to the U.S. Supreme Court, Mexico National Institute of Migration also told the Border Patrol supervisor 2 other migrants were in distress on the U.S. side of the Rio.
It's good to be an illegal